right, so our next topic today is going to be about the Jurassic World Dominion is going to be officially the first film to be going back into production since the pandemic. Um, I guess global safety and political issues aside, Rick, what do you think about them actually going back into production, and how did you like the other movies? But actually, before we get into that, I gotta say, Avatar. Just to make a quick correction, the Avatar sequel was the first to go back into production, but they were filming in New Zealand, who had essentially, for the most part, at one time eradicated the COVID virus there. They opened the entire economy back up. They had no cases for I forget how long it was before, but I think they went 2 weeks without new cases. So then they decided to open, just go back to business as usual. There were there were even videos of people online, like right when the midnight hour hit, they're all like hugging and whatnot afterward. It was a good video to watch. Unfortunately, they have actually seen a couple more cases since everything reopened. But New Zealand's probably still been at this point the kind of mainstay and staple for how they handled the whole pandemic and everything. And where that comes into the movies and how it affects movies is because there's most notably been a lot of films and a lot of TV series and everything that actually film in New Zealand. So them eradicating it first, or at least for the most part, was good news for like movie fans and studios and everything, because they were able to go back into production there with little to no effort. And then Batman, the Batman film with Robert Pattinson, is also going to be going back in production because they're filming in the UK, and they have also had a little bit better success with it, but not before Universal has. So, Rick, I ask you, what do you think about Jurassic World going back into production? And for one, this was almost news to me. I didn't even know that they had started production on this movie, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
It completely went, under the radar for me. I didn't know they even started filming. I knew they had been working on it. And did you ever see the short film that they made, the Jurassic World short
I
for
did
the
not.
sequel? It was like something about Big Rock, like Escape from Big Rock or something.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of cool. They were in like a camping ground, and like I guess. Well, first, did you see the sequel, the to Jurassic World?
I did.
You did. Okay, yeah. You liked it.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
A lot of cool visuals.
I didn't care for. I don't know. I don't know how a lot of people liked that one over the first Jurassic World.
Oh, the first one
because
was much better.
I think the first one was a better movie. Yeah, it was almost, you could almost say it had the Force Awaken effect, that it was kind of just,
People were excited.
well, that, and the movie was just kind of like the Force Awakens was always kind of pooed on because it was pretty much shot for shot A New Hope, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just different places, different story, and whatever.
Basically.
And then Jurassic World was like almost the same way, where it was just a lot of the same, very familiar, we'll say.
The vibe was.
Yeah. And I just know when I watched the sequel to Jurassic World, I didn't care for the clone stuff, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
didn't care for the, I don't know, dinosaurs were really cheap. Remember they were auctioning off dinosaurs?
Yeah.
And
that was-
I mean, I think there were bids for only $1 million or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's
nothing.
they spent more money making the Jurassic World movie than these people were bidding on real dinosaurs,
Yeah.
quote unquote real dinosaurs, which is just so it's $1 million for a Velociraptor, but it's going to cost $200 million to make a movie about it.
Why would you want a Velociraptor?
To weaponize them, dude, of course. To weaponize them. That was the whole plan with, that's what they wanted to do in the first one, remember?
Yeah.
They wanted to use them in the army and whatnot. And then I also thought, not to get into this a review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom by any means, but I did not like the whole, what was it? I don't even remember where I was going with it. But if it comes back to me, I'll come back to it. But what do you think about this? Are you looking forward to the sequel in general of this movie?
Uh, I think it'll be good. I mean, it's definitely something that's worth checking out. Uh, hopefully the third one's better than the second one. I like Chris
Right.
Pratt too, and I don't know, like it's not something that's like high up on my list to go check out, but I've always
Right.
liked Jurassic Park, so
Right. And I know a lot of people were kind of like wondering, well, how are they going to go back into, production with doing this kind of things where like a lot of places haven't even opened up, grocery stores, you know what I mean? And like things like that. And
yeah. Is that at Pinewood?
where they're filming this,
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure. I,
yeah,
I just know somewhere. Yeah, it says Pinewood.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to Pinewood. Um, but I know like a lot of these studios plans and like you can read more into them, but they're essentially going to be testing everybody involved, which is a huge undertaking just because I mean, there's hundreds of people on any given day who work on the film set.
Yeah.
So it's a huge undertaking to make sure everybody's, keeping safety in mind as far as the pandemic goes.
Testing is not
And
fun either.
yeah, I know that like they got to shove that Q-tip
I
way
got
back in your
tested
thing.
and it was very unpleasant.
Right. And but supposedly they're going to be testing everybody pretty much before they get on the plane. Then when they land, they're going to be essentially tested again and kept in quarantine. So they're all going to be on a specific floor of a hotel or wherever.
That's
They're
intense.
going to be tested again, kept in quarantine for X amount of days, so that everybody knows everybody they're around will be safe. And they're obviously going to have to pretty much stick with each other and not go out and do a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
just to, stay safe. And I mean, with those protocols in mind, I mean, I guess I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I was working on a film set.
True.
Um, it's gonna cost a lot of money.
Be a lot of effort to go through as well,
Yep,
but I mean, like you
a
said,
lot,
the
a lot of
comfort
money.
level would be good because at
Yeah,
least you're not getting exposed. So
yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like, there's been a lot, even though a lot of places still haven't opened back up fully. I mean, they're trying to, and like a lot of places are gonna have different regulations than other places, but like the UFC, for instance, has been. I mean, they've been having fights. That's two people
yeah,
literally in the same ring hitting each other, and
rubbing all over each other. Yeah,
yeah, and they just do a very similar thing where everyone gets tested, and then they keep it in a quarantine, and then they fight, and then
they're not doing it with crowds though, are they? There's
no,
been a lot of things that,
yeah, I
yeah,
don't think so.
sporting
No.
event
Oh,
wise.
speaking of which, they actually said what they consider doing for like other major sporting events like baseball and football and whatnot.
Hmm.
They've thought about like digitally putting in a crowd. Like when you played like a MLB video game or something,
Yeah,
and
you
you
just
have
see
like the
like
paper crowd. They've been thinking about doing that for like all the events, just to fill up the stadium for
so it
the
doesn't look
viewers.
empty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the home viewers.
Well, that's definitely going to make me want to watch it more. Seeing those
Yeah.
digital
Oh,
crowd
no, yeah.
patrons.
It would work though.
Yeah,
Like it would totally work. You would never know.
true,
Like, and they
true.
already use like some CGI in sporting events. Like they do the first down line.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
mean things like that. I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. Like truthfully speaking, I don't think they would need to have a full crowd. Like, I
yeah.
think everyone gets the idea, but
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know. I could see how it would kinda help with the aesthetic.
It's like an
Um,
illusion almost.
right. Oh, yeah. I remember what I was gonna say about Jurassic World, the second one, and what I didn't like about it. I thought, a quick review here of the thing I didn't like about the movie. Like, Chris Pratt's character and Bryce Dallas Howard's character, they're, like, smart people, they're scientists and all this stuff, right? And they just wanna let the dinosaurs take over. They essentially want to do it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was, like, really stupid. Like, why are you gonna like, they know what's gonna happen if they, like, choose to save the dinosaurs. Like, they explicitly know, and they're, like, just cool with it. They're cool with
Yeah.
mass extinction, essentially. They're cool with ending the world as they know it just because they're looking at them as if they're, like, saving a cat.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, I don't really think that's very smart. I mean, we've had all the other Jurassic World movies to know, like, this is not a good idea. Like, I don't know. It bothered me. 'Cause, like, I don't think anybody would rationally be like, Let's keep them. Yeah, let's just let them roam free. They're animals too, and they should.
Dinosaur rights.
Yeah, dinosaur right. It's like no, dude. They were lab rats. Like they were literally just genetically created. They weren't just like wild. It's a completely different thing. Like it's a completely different thing, and it's stupid. Like you don't let the big T Rexes just roam free. You know how
No.
that's gonna affect like humanity.
The ecosystems, like I mean,
Yeah, it was yeah. Not even humanity aside, you want to introduce giant dinosaurs?
apex
Yeah,
predators, like
apex predators. So like one, humans obviously aside, but like humans aren't going to be the top of the food chain anymore. But you want to introduce these dinosaurs into the environment, it would completely mess with the current ecosystem of everything.
yeah.
Like no longer is the lion the king of the jungle. Like you're going to have a T-Rex around who needs to eat a lot more food than a lion.
It'd
So
F everything up.
it would, yeah, it's literally the end of the world as we know it. It would be it's literally a whole new world. And that's not a good thing. And like that has always bothered me about that movie because it just didn't seem rational in any way, shape, or form.
No, it doesn't.
Like, but anyway, moving on here, what do you guys think about Jurassic World going back into production? What do you think about? Do you think it's a good idea for this studios to be going back into production, even with the extra safety precautions and all the testing and everything like that? Do you think maybe they should be holding off? Are you excited for movies to be going back into production? Because that is kind of the good thing. That's the silver lining with all of this is that at least we're getting more movie news, but like actually movies are being made again. So that's always good. Just let us know in the comment section below.